Howdy. My name is Alistair, but you can call me Strider. And welcome to what I'm tentatively calling Building in Stride, my Minecraft Let's Play. First Let's Play, first YouTube channel, first YouTube video, and let me say, it has certainly been a time. My goodness, you certainly learn a lot about yourself and realize, oh wow, I really need to figure out what I'm doing with this. This has been, I don't know, I've pulled so many late nights, a few all-nighters. Sleep schedule certainly, hello kitty. Sleep schedule has certainly been, well, let's just say we've gone all the way back around. It's just, it was pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, and then we finally got back to where we were. Yay, his sleep schedule's back on track. Anyways, hi, welcome, I'm glad you're here. I feel like I should give you so much context, and I'm going to do my best to be snappy with it. Where the entire point of this is, I mean, one, for me to share my love of this game, and two, for me to play this game in a new way, in ways that I have not played before. Because I'm hot off of watching Westworld, and if you're unfamiliar with Westworld, you should definitely at least watch the first season. If you're an adult, it's certainly not a children's TV show, and I will certainly, definitely, absolutely not recommend a child go watch it. And I'm pretty sure we've already popped back into me. Maybe we haven't, but hi, here I am. Ta-da! Ah. You know, one of the little tidbits of the show is, I mean, you may not know. It's a robot theme park. The robots eventually gain consciousness, revolt, escape their park, infiltrate into our world, and then turn our world into a West world for the robots. The robots turn us into a theme park for them. Great show. Kind of lost the secret sauce after season 2, though, if I'm being honest. Regardless, one of the points of the show is the hosts, the robots, are on little loops. Every little minute detail they do, scripted for them. And eventually come to be able to see their loops clearly and break free of them. Well, and actually, no, I already deleted that footage because it's so boring and it doesn't show hardly anything. Hi, this is not a response to Mumbo's video about Let's Plays dying, although you could view it as a response since it is being uploaded, I think, within a week. It might be 8 days since you had posted that, Mumbo, but it's a good video. And you know what? I guess my response, since this is after the fact, and I can make this video a response to it, even though it's technically speaking not. No, Let's Plays have not died. Hi, I'm here to give you one. I can't guarantee it, but I'm pretty sure there's probably gonna be a bit jank. Just a bit jank. And I think it was Eddie Austin who said in one of his videos, I don't know, there was a week where I just had any Austin on repeat, so, and then just let whatever played, like autoplayed after, just autoplay. So I might be misattributing the quote, but I feel like so many of us have said this. Not really myself, but I'm sure. Regardless, in a world filled with AI garbage, we crave the jank. So, like, make the janky thing. So here I am, making the janky thing for you. At this point, in retrospect, I love the name for the series, Building in Stride. That being said, this first episode probably won't necessarily be done in stride. It's been a bit of a... It's been an adventure. So I need to keep looking at you. I keep forgetting this. This is why it's one of the many reasons it's taken so long to get this point. Testing of lighting, testing of framing. You know, truth be told, there was close to 3 hours of like combined, actually it was more like 2.5, but still that's close enough to 3, that I just scrapped because framing was awful. I was just rambling the entire time, which I'm realizing is just me. That's what you get. I can minimize it, or like, you know, we can you get full unadulterated me, which is just stream of consciousness, for better or for worse. I've tried writing a script for this, and then I did try filming that script. Again, it took like 3 hours, and I realized, I enjoy long-form content, and I know that there are plenty of other people out there who do. At the same time, I enjoy long-form content with at least some amount of cohesion. I don't know if there was any cohesion in those lost recordings. It was rough. Yeah, so I can't really say that this is in response to Mumbo's video, but yeah, it kind of is. But yes, the hosts had their loops, and you know what? I realized you get tangents with me. We're finally back onto the original thought. I realized, oh my god, I've been playing this game, you know, since the beta first released. I wasn't around for the alpha. And you know, I don't think any of us really missed much. Although it's amazing to see how far this game has come. Even now, it had been, for context, I started about 2 weeks ago. The last session was months ago, at the beginning of the year, which you'll see some footage of that world. Two different snapshots of that world, and then one snapshot of a brief snapshot of a world I did, I think 3 years ago. Regardless, hot off of watching Westworld, concept of loops running through my head. It hit me, and I realized, oh my god, I've got my own loops with this game. I play this game. I have played this game practically in the same fashion for years, not even noticing it. And to a degree, I think that's why, at least for myself, I would get bored of the game. It's because I'm doing the same thing every single time I play it. Expecting something different? That ain't gonna happen, usually. I mean, sometimes flukes happen, but, what was my loop, you might ask? And perhaps I'll just have the first footage of the oldest world playing up right now. Which I went for a little bit of a Roman pantheon theme. At the end of the day, though, the loop was still there, which is a hobbit hole. up until this point, for whatever reason, that's how I chose to play this game every single time. Is either find a hobbit hole or go through the arduous process of manufacturing one. Although it's not always arduous. Sometimes it can be fun. I enjoyed that world. I wish I still had access to it. I've since deleted it. Maybe for better, maybe for worse. Actually, if I had kept it, maybe I wouldn't be here right now. Maybe we wouldn't be together. And think how much of a bummer that would have been. Like, we're having such a great moment now. And we're going to continue to have great moments in the future. And hopefully, they will just continue to get better and better and better. That's the aim. That's the intention. You know, I'm limited with tools at hand, but limitations not always bad. Just makes things a little more arbitrarily difficult. Working with crappy Wi-Fi at the moment. It will get better one day. I don't know when, but it will get better one day. It took like 4 days. Maybe it was 3. I don't know. It just blurred together in my mind because I was so ready. I'm working with the tools I have. An iPhone XS Max. A relatively new iPad. I think it's 11th gener. I don't know how many gener. Apple's so confusing in their naming scheme and which generation this is. No, it's the 11-inch 3rd generation. Regardless, that point doesn't matter. Voice memos, because I would prefer this audio quality over recording my voice while playing in these clips. Although if enough racket and hooting and hollering is done, you know, if you want the jank set and you want to hear my thoughts in the moment as I'm experiencing this Let's Play, and if you want the jank set, you can have the jank set. It's just for quality purposes, I chose against that route because I'm a perfectionist and I want every single aspect of this video to be perfect. But given the tools I have, you know, I'm grateful to even have tools to do it. Yeah, so hopefully I've had that first footage playing up in the corner. And it'll go back and forth between clips up in the corner that I don't think are super important versus like a few that I've just make me laugh, which I'll full screen everything. Realizing, dang, I've been acting just as much like a host. Like, nah. No. So I'm breaking that loop. I'm breaking that loop by, 1, playing this game in a new way. And then 2, making YouTube videos about it. Force myself to get out of my comfort zone because that's good for all of us. You know, do something that scares you every once in a while. It's good for your brain, it's good for your nervous system, it's just good for your being. Do something new. Do something new. It doesn't always have to be, you don't always have to be doing something new, but like, you know, every once in a while it's probably good to switch things up. So I guess we'll jump into it, and as some of the thoughts that I have been still holding on to from that previously written script, maybe I'll just speak over them. So this first clip is it's just me walking along the path. So hopefully I've been walking along this path for a little bit, just looking around. This was a world inhabited by me and my brother. He only played on it for about a month. So I had done this path. I think I look up at some point, regardless, we're going to go to it. There's a big old tower in the sky, and that's what my brother had done. When I realized, crud. I'm playing this game like a robot. I just deleted that world and said, okay, nope, we're going to start all over. It's only been a week. I've only put 150 Minecraft days into it. Why not? Just, trash it and start all over. I blame Unis Honest for that, because that just cemented into my brain of like, yeah, which to a degree I still wholeheartedly agree with. Of part of creation is destruction, and sometimes you got to tear something down to build something else up. Same with people. Sometimes you just got to strip yourself down to bare bones and realize, crud, I need change in my life. Something needs to give. So I'm giving. I'm going to imagine we probably have moved on, because I can... for an introverted, semi-social recluse, at least during this process, and I've always kind of known it to a degree in the back of my mind, I'm quiet in real life, but once you get me talking, I don't shut up. And the way my brain works, if you don't stop me from talking, I'm going to hit a tangent, and then from that tangent, hit another tangent, then from that tangent, hit another tangent, and before you know it, I've completely forgotten what we were even talking about. But this is that world that me and my brother played on. He put a month into it. I put about 2.5 months into it. And what do you know? I made a hobbit hole again. Pretty darn identical, and I wasn't even trying to make it identical, but it is pretty darn identical to the last world you saw. Color palette is a little bit different. Instead of going all diorite, instead it's a lot of stone. I tried adding the highlights of what are those, amethyst blocks? Artistically speaking, in a range of value of color, from whitest white to blackest black, on a smaller scale that we currently have with blocks. If you go into creative, if you really want to put a value scale together, you can. You absolutely can. My God, there's so many blocks. Even just doing black and white, from the whitest white to the pitch black dark that there is. That's a long range of values. Regardless, that was my biggest gripe after my brother quit the server. That was my biggest gripe with myself, was in terms of color palette, everything was in the middle with very little variation, and I realized there needed to be a starker contrast in value. There needed to be more highlights. There needed to be more darks. I can't say for certain if I achieved that in the second snapshot that you're going to see, because we're going to jump into that. The main point, what am I trying to say? the main thing I wanted to accomplish is I really hate this grass that's around all of here. We're in a Badlands canyon. Like, I should just make everything uniform, right? And so that's what I worked. That's what I did, and I'm pretty happy with it. Like, it's everything feels coherent and cohesive, and the color palettes feel like they work together in my mind. It's very soft, it's very warm, you know. I'm a sucker for the mud blocks, or for the packed mud, not for mud. I mean, regular mud works, but for the packed mud and packed mud bricks, ooh, such a good color. And you can blend it in with just about anything. Like, good job, Mojang. Good job, little buddy. So we skip on through that. I believe I show the nether room briefly. I didn't show the original nether room just because, for whatever reason, I decided to dig out the longest man-made cave possible for the old nether room and just realized, oh my god, this is such a pain to get to. Why did I do this? When it's literally in the same mountain. I can imagine when you're outside, perhaps wanting things to be spaced. That's how I'm trying to play this current world that you haven't seen yet. That's how I intend to play this Let's Play world. Is like, have cohesion, work on aspects of the game that I feel need improving. Like, I'm very comfortable doing terrain and fixing up a lot of the jagged, harsh angles that natural terrain generation gives us. I mean, sometimes the jank of terrain generation can be cool, and then other times it's just an eyesore. I'm very comfortable editing terrain, and I'm very comfortable, I would say, with texturizing things, but creating structures and then redstone. Both aspects need just a wee bit of work. But that's the footage of prior worlds. So that's how I have primarily played this game in the past. Is just find a hobbit hole, make a hobbit hole, live out of that hobbit hole for the entire duration of that, of that play session, whether it be a week, 2 weeks, a month, or in the last case, like, it was like maybe 2.5 months, maybe 3, but it didn't really push past 3. So I want to change that this go around. I want to work on my own construction and building. I want to get into... BWO likes to call them kingdoms. I'd rather just think of them as like little townships. I mean, kingdoms, like, I understand the verbiage he's going for. There's no complaint. It's just like it's just my brain nitpicking specific wordage, which doesn't matter. Like, we're both talking about the same thing. Different themed areas. And I'll probably have footage going now, or at least like the early game footage of this current world. Because like I said, I'm working within the limitations given to me. That being, I don't have the ability to currently stream. Hopefully one day I will. I mean, not hopefully one day I will. I know one day I will. Super powered PCs, nice cameras, nice mics. They're finding their way to me. I don't know where they are. I don't even know what they look like, but you know what? They're finding their way to me. But early game, it looks like I would imagine. It looks like what I would imagine all of our early games look like, which is village and pillage, baby. Just completely decimate an ecosystem. Oh, you got jobs? Guess what? You don't got no jobs no more. Is a big old chasm, big old cave. Yeah, sometimes you gotta slaughter a few cows in front of their calves, but the calves are still there. I'm pretty sure they're right as rain. I'm sure of it. They're perfectly fine. But yeah, it'd been several months since I played. I don't particularly remember if bundles were in the game during the Badlands world that I was playing in, but I certainly experienced them, at least to my memory, for the first time in this playthrough. And I think I'm just going to let this clip play out in its entirety because, in case you haven't noticed already, playing on Bedrock Minecraft, I mean, if you're paying attention to what I'm saying, you could have put those two together by now. Which I won't argue with you. Java is absolutely superior. I miss Java. I played so much Java Minecraft in my youth and in my childhood, during my childhood. Which is crazy. Crazy. We've all been playing this game for so long. And we still all love it just as much. Like, that's some real magic right there. Truly. But yeah, I'm gonna just let this clip play out as it is. Because I've gotten pretty quick with the D-pad. But in the beginning, the inventory screen was a bit of a pain. And to a degree, it kind of can be. But I was just trying to min-max everything that I possibly could with the bundle. 'Cause I don't think I include footage of it, but right outside of that village was a flower, whatever the flower biome is. And I was just like, ooh, might as well grab them while I'm here. I got a bundle. I should be able to carry them all. Only to realize you can carry a stack of miscellaneous items, like up to a stack. It's not like you can put several stacks in a bundle. That's what a shulker box is for. And after we move on past that, I finally find what I thought at that point was going to be where I'm going to settle down for the series. This little island in a truly just a little blip of the extreme Savannah Hills, nestled in a little ocean surrounded by a birch forest, a swamp, mangrove. Just on the other side of the birch, is... It's not taiga, but it's like mountain tundra or whatnot, like spruce. I picked the spot because it had so many wood types just right here. And also, this is Bedrock. This is not Java. If this was Java, I'd honestly be doing the same thing as Bdubs and be playing on a large biomes world. Sadly, Bedrock doesn't give you that option. You can either do normal generation or super flat. I mean, they give you options for the super flat world. But that's it. It's either normal or super flat. So yeah, that was my little island. Almost died to fall damage. And then, and this is why I said in the beginning, I don't know if I could really say all of this has been done in Streyed. Because bim bam boom, what do you know? There's a foundation put up. Do I have footage of me making it? I'm afraid not. I thought I captured it. Nope. And also, like, I guess you'll see and notice. And then every single playthrough has got to have someone really high up, NPC wise, really high up. Don't jump! Don't do it! Spoiler alert. And there he goes. But he's fine. Everything's A-okay. But yes, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm learning as I go. What's this clip? Oh yeah, this was just a neat little feature that I accidentally made of like, ooh, you could watch the moon rise up through your window. Ain't that cute? If I had put a little bit more thought into it, I would have put my bedroom window that you'll eventually see facing that way, because then it would have... Because I was going with like... Well, in my mind, I was viewing this as, some sort of wizard or alchemist lives in this little shack, and he loves his stars and symbolism, which is why his bedroom window is circular. You'll eventually see. Ooh, spoiler alert. Anyway, so like, here's the... I mean, you've probably already been seeing it at this point, but it's the beginnings of the interior. I'll absolutely... I won't argue with you. I might have done things a little bit out of order of... Let's build up the walls. No roof. No roof. Let's do the interior. Like I said, we're working through it. But this is iteration 1 of the interior. Later down the line, after everything's done and made, it does eventually get changed. I don't necessarily know if it's for the better. It certainly made it a little easier to traverse. I like that little staircase that I have, but it was just a little too close to the door and a little too tight, and perhaps could be easier to navigate on Java with a mouse. On controller, I kept hitting the trapdoor wall, and you do that enough Minecraft days in a row and you just go, okay, something about this has to change. The design is flawed, something needs to give. And yeah, working through color palettes to just figure out, what do I want the roof to look like? Like, what color's the roof going to be? I don't want it to be too dark. Like, I want it to be complementary to everything. We've already got some red in there, so acacia, terracotta, and bricks with a little variation of some packed mud and mud brick slabs. I think it works well. It does get changed a little bit because, I'll get to it eventually. So, what are you doing? Oh, this is... Okay, I remember. Okay, so this is the clip where I make my window. Yeah. I still love that window. You can see that I make it out of mangrove first. I step back, and then I realize the whole point of this is for me to improve on building. And if I'm going to improve on building, I should probably keep cohesion, at the forefront of my mind. If I'm doing a layer of mangrove on the bottom, keep mangrove on the bottom. Don't just do such a harsh transition, which I believe... Yeah, it's the next clip. The next clip you see, I've changed that. it's spruce, so that's all consistent, cohesive, and it reads well. And I think it's this clip. I'm just doing little detailing around, making a little mailbox. And I believe at the end of this, I realize, oh yeah, the cohesion thing. Mangrove on the bottom. I can't have spruce on the bottom. It's got to be all mangrove. So change that window to mangrove as well, so that things are consistent and uniform. And if I'm going to have specific design language on a building, make sure it matches every part of the building. Otherwise, anyways, so boom, what do you know? It's done. He's got a roof on there. And then I realized, oh yeah, something about this is off. Yeah, it needs to be, this corner needs to be brought up just a smidge, just a little bit. I was happy with it at first. I'm pretty sure everyone like myself, once they see those little fantasy roofy bits, that's the second time I've said that in a recording, roofy bits. It's little roof overhang things. They eventually get changed because they don't look good in the first iteration. And especially from afar, it really just looks like I tried copying that famous photo of the Loch Ness Monster that turned out to just be a little piece of carved wood attached to a toy submarine. But it has that same sort of like janky neck structure to it that kind of looks like a plesiosaurus. It gets changed. It doesn't get changed to a regular roof, but it does improve. I would do a little bit of detailing. Just trying to make sure that this place catches a vibe. Like, make it all cohesive, make it all coherent, use the same blocks. I mean, not to say that, I feel like I said that negatively. I mean, it's good. Make things coherent. What do we have? Oh, yeah, just, I'm going to be honest. I don't know why I kept this and still continued to keep it. And then even just an hour ago, took it and edited it. I feel every time I say that word, it just feels like it's just going to keep on going out of my mouth. I'm picking flowers. I don't know why. I mean, I know why. It's because I die. But like, I don't know why I'm showing you. Who cares? Yeah, picking flowers. But, inside, watching our little moon. I can't. No, this is just going over the interior and showing that off better. Which, I mean, take a good look. Don't get too attached. It's not gonna last long. I mean, it's not like it changes drastically. The bones, the structure, still, the idea and the vibe of it stays the same. It's just, I realized, oh my, I need more storage. I need more barrels in here. And this staircase is taking up way too much precious storage space. So that eventually gets changed. And then, oh yay, we have my favorite clip of this whole bit so far. I'm just going to let it play out as is, with no commentary over it. Just let it be, because I feel like it's just one of those clips that you can tell the story to yourself of what's actually going on in the moment, which I wish I was recording my voice at the time, because I wasn't. Yeah, we'll go through it afterwards. And there he goes. In the moment, because I wish you could hear it, I literally go, "Oh, what are you doing, man? Like, I need you to get back in your pen." I place the dirt down, pull out the sword, and I go, "I'm going to give you to the count of 3 to get back in that pen with your brethren." A 1, a 2, and then I went 2.5, 2 3/4, and before I could finish 2 3/4, he started moving towards the block and jumped in. And I was like, huh. I really do have a connection to birds, whether it's IRL or digital. And maybe I should throw up the IRL footage because, yeah, birds love me. I mean, they don't love me, but they're at least comfortable around me. And then digital birds listen to my wants and desires from them, which is get back in your pen, get back in your cage, get back in your perfectly spacious cage. There's nothing wrong with the size of it. We're not doing factory farming over here. What are you talking about? But sadly, there had to be sacrifice after one. You can't win them all. Can't win them all. Some of them will listen to you, and then others won't. So I'm afraid that guy's little friend didn't make it because he didn't want to listen to me. Oh yeah, I'm probably just going to skip this bit because it's not interesting. This is my little mine shaft underneath the house. I was going through and texturizing everything. Maybe I'll throw up the last clip because it's... Is it short? Is it short? I mean, it's 40 seconds long. Oh, it's 40 seconds long because 20 of those seconds is dedicated to Lily Pad because I don't know about you, but that's my favorite song, and every single time that it pops on, it just puts me in a good mood. As opposed to that one, I don't even know the names of them, but I know we all know them. It's either 1 or 2 songs that the mix is just awful. It's so much louder than any other song in this game, which I hate because I, in essence, just have to mute my TV for a few minutes or, turn the volume down. But that gets annoying to be like, volume up. Oh, God, they're playing that song again? Volume down. And surely we've made enough racket about it. Mojang, do something about it, please. Our eardrums. Our precious little eardrums. And the AI. Look at this man. What's he doing? I'm not over there. I'm right over here. Is this the one that I'm thinking of? I think, yep, this is it. So this is right when I realize you could just see me looking around. And I feel like you can almost sense the anxiety, the sort of panic, the sort of questioning everything as I'm looking around of oh God. Oh no, I hate this. I hate all of it. Why did I do this? Why did I put this staircase here? I put a window here, and then all of a sudden I decided, you know what? Let's put another building 2 blocks away from it. Completely obliterating the purpose of that window. All aspects that I can work on. All opportunities for growth. Still, the clip just makes me... It makes me laugh in retrospect because it's you can't hear it, but you can see just the panic, not the panic, but you can see the frantically looking around of oh God, I hate this, I hate that, I hate this, I hate that. Why did I do this? Why did I do that? Things need to change. Something's got to give. I need more space. I need more storage. I don't know if I'll include this because it's way too long of a clip. I guess I could speed it up. But even then, what I had captured, because when it happened, it was taking so long, so I got up to go get a drink. But we had a second instance with a little Chimkin. He did decide to go in the cage. You can only see it in like 2 frames because, again, the AI is weird and he decided to walk at an angle and I wasn't properly positioned on the pin. But he did go in like a good little lad. I'll probably speed that footage up. And then this clip just broke my heart because I still don't have Silk Touch. I'm almost 500 days into this world and I still don't have Silk Touch. I still haven't gone to the end yet. We're working on it. But yeah, it just breaks my heart. Maybe I'll play it again. Because, man, that was the world's tallest naturally spawning mushroom. It was 13 blocks. Ooh, woo. And now it'll never be the world's tallest naturally spawning mushroom. Because now it's just 12 blocks tall. And once I fix that block, once I fix that grave mistake, it's not natural anymore. It's manufactured. Like, you think this is a bit. It genuinely made me sad in the moment. Because, like, when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's the biggest mushroom I've ever seen in this game. That's cool. That's cool. It's amazing. What a work of art. And then I just go and absolutely obliterate it. Maybe I just need to get rid of the whole thing now because, it's no longer what it was. It's no longer what it was. I'm amassing an army. Amassing an army. It was also a goal of mine I'm going to have a lot of cats. For what purpose? I'm not entirely sure. The only real purpose was both in-game and then IRL, although IRL has not come to fruition yet. It will. I currently don't have pets, but I would love 2 black Sphinx cats, and I want to name them Wayland and Utani. Thankfully, I don't have footage of it just yet, but you'll eventually see. I do have name tags now, and I do have 2 black cats perched at my house named Wayland and Utani. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. It's just cat stuff. Went fishing. Went fishing with a sword because I guess Mojang has added, which, is cool. It does add a little bit more life to the game. Adding, like, actual fish mobs that you could see. At the same time, I feel like it kind of completely negates the fishing rod, with the exception of, enchanted luck of the sea rods and getting enchanted books and other items from fishing. But, yeah, I just always felt like adding the fish mobs was an odd choice, but it makes getting fish easier. So, why am I complaining? I'm not. Got some fish, did some more cat breeding, was trying to get, bam, my second black cat. And I have many more now. Not a ton. And again, I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. I don't know. See how many cats I can have. How many cats will the game let me have before it stops running? I have tried to do that with chickens, though. You can get quite a few chickens. Quite a few chickens. You do have to turn friendly mobs, the noise for friendly mobs, pretty much all the way down, because in any instance with any Any mob on that large of a scale, whoo-wee, it gets annoying real quick. Eardrums start going, wow, this is tiring. My gosh. Having a snack while vibing to music, it kind of gets annoying just listening to meow, 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 meow. Too much. Way too much. Way too much. Oh, yes. Again, it's just another example of, man, the AI in this game is dumb. Oh, this poor little green man. Poor little green man. Didn't have a clue what was going on in this world. I mean, look at him. He's just everybody else. Oh, let's go to bed. It's nighttime. Let's go to sleep, y'all. And then there's him. No, I'm going to go through the wall. No. My bed is through here. This is where I need to be, pushing through this wall. We all sleep. And what's this man do? He goes straight to bed first thing in the morning. I don't have any audio of me in the moment, but I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? You missed it. You missed it. Night's over. It's morning, my friend. I'm pretty sure I break the bed and go and do just exactly that. Of like, no, get your get your butt out of bed. It's time to get to work. There must have been a language barrier or something because he just didn't get it. And also, he wouldn't take a job. I was trying to give him the fisherman job, but because I could have sworn that fishing barrels, just barrels, is what the fishermen need for their jobs. But again, I couldn't get him to take it. And now at this point, I'm just focusing on librarians and farmers. I break the bed and he's mad at me. And then he's happy with me. And then he goes straight back to bed and I go, okay, whatever. Go to sleep, whatever. I don't care. Have it your way. If you want to sleep, sleep. Yeah, then we have this bit and it's just showing off the area from above. It's where I temporarily have my nether portal, which I have not done much with the nether. I went through that portal and Crimson Forest. I was like, nope, not what I'm looking for. I went several hundred blocks away, at least like 150 to 200 blocks away. Made another portal. What do you know? Crimson Forest again. And went through that process, I think, 2 more additional times. It was like 3 or 4 different trips to the nether at different locations. And all of them Crimson Forest. I finally found a Soul Sand Valley. Praise the Lord, my gosh. But it took forever to get there. Goodness me, goodness my. Here we have the newly renovated indoors. First official look. This is what the interior looks like now. It's okay. I give it a B, like a B minus. It's not bad. Could be better. With the space, I probably could have done some sort of room division instead of it all just being one big giant open room. Which, you build and you learn. I do have a big old wheat field, and if you've got a keen eye, you might notice there are no trees anymore. Not here, and I eventually do put a was the a chicken pen, a chicken coop. That's the word I was looking for. I eventually put a little chicken coop right at the other side of this farmland that I'm making. There's no trees currently. I do have a creative test world that I've been testing out larger scale trees. Thanks, Bdubs. Won't spoil too much, but I do have some plans for that, of taking knowledge gathered from. Don't glaze the man too hard. I was gonna say building king, but there's plenty of good builders out there. Don't get too much of a big headed. Okay, you're good and you're great. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. But, anyways, taking some lessons learned from you and trying to apply those to different aspects and avenues. So, not to spoil too much, but eventually you'll see more custom trees in the future. This clip, on the surface, you might think is pointless. And to a degree, you're right. But if you notice where I'm at versus where I'm trying to get to, and why I didn't just jump in the water and swim the 10 blocks to get to where I needed to go instead of walking the longest way around. Again, it's another one of those clips that I'm including because I just find hilarious, because it just makes me go, what the heck am I doing? What am I doing? Boy, just go swim. It's 10 blocks away. Yeah. Okay. This shows some flaws in my own planning and made me realize, okay, I need a path here too. So there's another lily pad bridge there because, we're going for the little fantasy vibe in this little starting area that's close to spawn. This is not where the series is going to be. And this is not where the series is going to take place. What all of this has shown and taught me is there are a lot of inefficiencies in the way that I play this game that could be made more efficient. That's why I said in the beginning, redstone's one of those things that I want to get a little bit better at, because I'm realizing why YouTubers and streamers and the content creators do such farms. It's because if you're going to be doing this, you don't want to have to grind for weeks just to get supplies for one episode. Make things easier on yourself. And then with this clip going right now, I thought it was funny. I didn't realize villagers were so shy, but hey, I guess they are. They don't like people watching. Here's the chicken coop I made. I'm afraid I don't have the footage of it again. We'll be getting much better at that in the future of if I'm going to be building a structure, just hit record in that moment and we'll go from there. With this one though, I may speed it up because it's one of the longer clips. I mean, the longest you can get a clip on PlayStation through the app is 3 minutes. Then again, 3 minutes can be a long time, depending on who you ask. But chicken coop. I already had 2 in the hole. Just trying to get the third. I eventually do. I had to finagle him and trap him and cage him in and eventually coerce him to, come on, get on in there. But he eventually does. Eventually does. And that's pretty much the end of the footage I have. I've got 3 more clips. Thank you, Bdubs, for pathing, because I think that's really, really neat. And as I am currently carving a path to where this series is going to take place, and you're going to see a little 360 view of the plot of land and the area that I've picked out that excites me, really realize pathing and paths throughout a world, especially really long paths, super satisfying. I've currently gone probably close to 1,000 blocks, maybe 1,300 so far pathed through this mangrove. I mean, through this swamp into this mangrove, then out of the mangrove into a jungle, then from the jungle into the Savannah Hills, like extreme, and then into plains, and I'm about to hit a birch forest, and then after that, I think it's another plains. No. It's just birch forest for the longest time, and then it hits plains, mountains, and then we get to where I want the rest of this series to take place. But before you see where the true start of this series is going to be, and where I plan to, like, actually, start doing the things that I have set out with this series to do, of improve building, do larger scale builds, not only in sense of, like, quantity of, like, townships, but also some mega structures as well. I'd really like to add that to my building repertoire, and someday we will get there. We're on our way there right now. And if you would like to stick with me, consider hitting subscribing. Because let me tell you, I got a hankering for subscribers and an appetite for some views. And it'd be mighty kind of you to oblige. So there's 2 left. Last one being another example. And please, someone tell me if they've experienced this on Java. Fish. And not just any fish. Well, you know what? Just let it play. It's just like cinema to me, of like, wait, what are they doing? You can pause it. You can see at least 8 or 9 different fish all doing the exact same thing. And I tried to figure out what on earth was messing with their pathing, and I've just come to the conclusion that I don't know if it's just all mangrove swamps, if it's just this one in particular, if bedrock tropical fish just happened to be broken. No matter where I went, and I would bet you several nickels, I can load up my world right now and find this exact same thing, because they were just doing it everywhere. It was so startling and so baffling. I was like, did my world break? What's going on? What happened? Did I break something? No, Mojang just coded them bad, I guess. I guess tropical fish just be stupid. Let me just turn around and round and round and round and round we go. But yeah, that's what I got for this first episode. We're already at 1 hour and 23 minutes, which I think is great. In the sense of, I like numbers, and especially a 1, 2, 3. Just feels good. It's the last clip. Here is where the series will eventually, I don't know if it's immediately going to take place starting here, but this is the end goal of, like, getting here. Village restoration project. I've never tackled that. I would like to give that a try. And you can only see, so there's the big giant landmass, shallower, longer island, mountain range, like way off in the distance that you can barely see is like what the biome would be. It's like some sort of tundra. It has got some ice to it. It's in essence just a floating cylinder. If you cut the top of the cylinder instead of completely horizontal, but like at a 30, maybe a 40-degree angle. Like that's all it is. It's massive terrain generation that just it's perfect for some sort of mega structure to go there. And this place is perfect for some interconnected bridges. I got a lot of ideas that I'm excited about, and I don't know how they're going to be executed just yet. I have no idea what palettes are going to be used, what colors, what the theming is going to be specifically. I have strong intuitive nudges of what needs to be done. And even then, you can only see from where I had towered up, you can only see those two islands. There's a third, and I think an even smaller fourth, if you just kept going along that diagonal. And then I might play this clip a couple times around. But once you get to the other big mountain that, sort of is connected on this little peninsula, if you go around that, which I do have footage of, I just haven't edited. We're doing that again. If you go around there, which you'll eventually see, found a massive lush caves, huge, absolutely bonkers, insanely massive. I don't even think I've scratched the surface of it. I don't think I've lit everything up. I'm sure the footage will probably drive people crazy because I barely did any mining whatsoever. I just went in with the intention of, oh my god, it's dark and this place is huge. I gotta light it up. And then as I ventured deeper and deeper and deeper into this enigma, what do you know? Not only does it just open up into a massive chasm of, below zero deep slate, what do you know? There just happens to be a deep dark down there too, with skulk and everything. And I was not equipped to do that, to tackle such bits. I've never attempted to fight a warden. I mean, eventually we're gonna try. I don't know how feasible it is for... I mean, look, I guess if the hermits can do it, I can do it, because that's my mantra. If you guys can do it, I can do it, because I know the depths of my soul. I know what I'm capable of. And that's not to sound arrogant. I know that it might sound a bit arrogant. I don't mean it to come across that way at all. It's just, I've been playing this game just as long as you guys have. My love for this game is just as strong as yours. Like, it's not a pissing contest, I know. And that's not what I'm trying to highlight. But I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for the things I'm going to build that I yet know nothing of. Just strong intuitive intuitive? Is that the word? Intuitive? The intuition. The nudges are strong with this one. Anyways, that's episode 1. I'm Strider. You've been a doll for sticking around for so long. God bless you. hope, my hope is that this tangential mind is at least as entertaining for you as it is for me, because my God, it's a fun time up here. And I just realized you know what, I need to start sharing my mind with other people, because there's bound to be plenty of people out there who will enjoy it. So I hope to see you in the next one. Peace. Adios. Sayonara. Au revoir. Goodbye. See you later. Alligator. Oh, yeah, I'm still figuring all of this out.